Welcome to the second video of the series. We are going to install Airflow on an EC2 instance. So let's begin. Let's launch our EC2 instance first. We'll give it a name, Airflow tutorial. Let's select Ubuntu. We're going to select a basic version that can support our Airflow instance that we are going to provision. Okay, let's have a key pair name. Okay, we'll allow SSH traffic from everywhere. Later on, we'll also edit the other security configurations. Let's keep 8 GB for now. That should be it. Let's launch the instance. Okay. We might have to do some configuration changes on the security. Let's go to security. Okay, it's already running. Let's go to security. Let's go to edit inbound rules. We'll allow traffic from everywhere. It's not very much recommended to do this, but I mean, we are doing a POC, so it's fine. I'll later on remove this settings. So it totally depends on how you're going to provision your instance, and security settings are very subjective to each company. All right, let's open a Visual Studio. Let's connect to a host. Let's configure the SSH host. In the config file, we have named our new Airflow instance. So this is the configuration. The key pair that I had used, we'll have to use the same one. So I am just reusing it since I've already downloaded, but please make the changes accordingly. So my instance will be called AWS Airflow 3. Okay, now I'm going to connect to this host. Okay, so I'm inside this system already. Let's see what we have. Okay, we have the Ubuntu system ready for us to install AWS. So I have a bunch of commands which I will be later pasting it in the description section. Right now I'll be running through each of these commands one by one to install. So we'll start with doing the update of the system. Again, I'll be pasting all these commands sequentially, like how we have to run. So don't have to worry about that. Okay, I'm going to install a virtual environment. So we can do all the setup in virtual environment, and that's also very much recommended. That's the way it should be. Okay, let's install the virtual environment. It'll take a while. Then we are going to create a virtual environment, and then we are going to log into that virtual environment for further processing. Okay, let's log into the virtual environment, activate it. Okay, now we can install Airflow and all the required dependencies that's needed. Okay, I'm going to fast forward until I run all these commands. Okay, let's start the Airflow instance now. So we'll initiate the Airflow instance. The end we'll be getting one password that we'll have to save, so we can use it to log in on the UI panel. Okay, so Airflow standalone command is what we used. Airflow is ready. Let's save the password. I'll just keep it here. Okay, and let's go to EC2 console to get the URL which we can log in, and we have exposed 8080 port. Okay, let's enter admin, and then we'll enter the password that we just saved in the last step. And that's it. We are logged into Airflow. So Airflow is up and running on EC2 instance on AWS. Okay, so these are all the example tags. We'll be later removing these example tags. Okay, so now we have a few more things to check. So where is the DAG stored? Okay, so this is the DAG folder. So we need to make sure this DAG folder is present. So let's just create a new folder over here. This is where we will be writing all our DAGs. Now we can also change it like as and when required. So just create one DAG here. I have already saved the code for DAG. Again, I'll be providing that in the description. So I have a very simple DAG which copies data from one table and creates another table in Postgres. I'll be explaining that in the later steps. Okay, let's create test.py. I'll just copy paste the whole code. That's a very simple, very straightforward code. Nothing much over here. Okay, and that's it. Let's save it. I need to do few more modifications before I want this to run. So let me do that first. I'll save this tag for now. Okay, let's go to airflow-config. Like I said, I'll remove the example tags for now. So I'll make load examples equal to false. I just don't want the UI to be cluttered with so many useless tags, I would say. Okay, let's restart the instance again. So we'll go in the virtual environment and then Airflow in standalone mode. We'll launch Airflow and can be accessed with the same UI and the same user ID and password. So that password won't change like for the same instance. Okay. So Airflow is ready. Let's go in. Let's see whether we can see our DAG or not. So DAG we just created, it should be visible on our UI or without the example tags. Okay, so Postgres backup DAG is the DAG we have created, right? So you can see the DAG name over there. Okay. So this basically creates a table in Postgres similar to another table. Okay, we have to define the Postgres connection. So let's do that as well. Okay, yeah, so this is the DAG. That's fine. Okay. Let's run the DAG. And should have copied over the table. Let's check in our source Postgres. Okay, that's it. There is the table, right? The backup 3 table that we just created. Okay, so that is how it runs. So a very simple example of launching an EC2 instance and then running Airflow on top of it in AWS environment. We'll be creating a Redshift cluster and writing another DAG which copies over from Postgres to Redshift in our upcoming lecture. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the next episode.